Okay, so I will be teaching you the conic sections, circles, and in this lesson we're going to cover what is a circle, where's the center of a circle, what is the radius of the circle, and how do I graph a circle with the values of h and k. So what is a circle? A circle is defined as the set of all points x, y in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed point called the center. And the important note that we need to note here is that the radius is the distance between the center and any point on the circle. So when you graph circles, you have two basic equations that you use. Basically they're the same, but one doesn't have the h and k values. So the standard equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And this is basically saying h and k is where your center will be of the circle if it's not at the origin, and h is the x value that you move across the x-axis with, and k is the y value that you move across the y-axis with. Okay, and then our second equation is for circles centered at the origin, which basically is the same thing, but h and k aren't there because we don't move from 0, 0. So the equation is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Now you're going to learn how to graph a circle. And here's the example that we have. We have x squared plus y squared equals 16. So the first step you have to take is to rewrite the equation in standard form if it's not already. Obviously this is already in standard form because both the variables are on one side. And then step 2 is identify the center and plot. So we have to know if there's any h and k values. And in this case there isn't, because we know that for circles centered at the origin, the equation is x squared plus y squared. So our center is going to be 0, 0, which is the origin. So you plot that. And then step 3 is to find the radius. So since the equation is x squared plus y squared, or x squared plus y squared equals r squared is equal to 16, which when we put it into a squared value is 4 squared. So when you graph it on the graph, you're going to take 4, this is step 4, you plot the radius and draw. So in each direction on the y and x axis of the graph, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 from your center of the circle. And then you connect all the points. Sorry, I'm super bad at drawing circles. And you have your circle. And you know it's correct when your radius is the same as it is on the graph in the equation, because you're 4 away, and then the center is graphed correctly, and since there's no h and k values, then it's at the origin. So you just graphed a circle with the center at the origin. So now we're going to try graphing a circle where the center is not at the origin, and you have to graph the center with the h and k values. So our first step is to rewrite in standard form. If it's already in standard form, it is in standard form, so yay. Second step is to find the center. So we do have h and k values. It's in, because the standard form for h and k values is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So h, when you pull it out, h equals 1 and k equals 2, and h and k are your x and y values, and h equals x and k equals y. So when you graph this, you're going to go 1, 1, 2, and that is your new center for your circle. So, sorry you couldn't see. Okay, so now that everything's not from the center origin, you have to plot everything from this one. So don't go back there unless you have to plot a point there. Okay, so now we can identify the radius and graph it. So our radius is 9, and when you put that into squared values, it's 3 squared. So our radius is 3. So you go up 3, 1, 2, 3, left 3, 1, 2, 3, down 3, 1, 2, 3, and right 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you connect all the points, and you have your circle. And when a problem asks you to identify the points of the circle where the radius meets it, instead of it being like 3, 0, because it's from the center, now the radius, or now those points would be 1, 2, 3, 4 for this value, and 1, 2 for your y value. So that point is at 4, 2. So when problems ask that, you have to know how to do that too. And you can look at that. There's the graph. And yay, you graphed a circle with the center not at 0, 0. Okay, so now something a little more complex. We're going to be finding the equation of a circle. So our problem is, what's the equation, and also find the points that are on the circle that are pointed out right here, right here, right here, and right here. Okay, so obviously we know that we're going to use the standard equation because the center is not at the origin. So we can, let me get on this side. So we can write that x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, right there. So now let's identify, we are basically going to work backwards, and we're going to identify the center of the circle. So to find the center, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we know that's our h value. So now we can rewrite it, x plus 4, because when you take it out it's going to be the opposite, squared plus y minus, and then you go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So y minus 4 squared equals r squared. So now we have identified the center as -4, +4. So now let's identify the radius. So from the center, we can go down, up, right, or left. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be the same. Okay, so from the center, right here, you move up 1, 2, 3. So our radius is 3 squared, which in another case is 9. So our final equation is x plus 4 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 9. And now we have to find the points on the circle. So to find that, we just look at our graph and find the points. So for this one, we go -1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point is, that point is -1, 4. For the top point, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, +7. This point we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so -7. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, +4. And for this point we go 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, and then +1. So we have also identified all the points that are on the circle that identify also the radius. And now you know how to find the equation of a circle with the graph. Okay, so in this lesson you learned what the equations of circles were, how to graph one with the center at the origin, how to graph a circle with a center at HK and not at the origin, and how to find the equation of a circle with just the graph of the circle and by using the graph. So I hope you learned about circles and their conic sections and you can put it to good use. And thank you for watching my video. Thanks!